Let's choose a word. Someone said fun, and that's a good one. Let's take a little softer one. Ease. Just focus. Just hold the idea of ease in ease. Ease. And when you think about ease, fill it in with other words that remind you of ease, like relax and easy and soft and gentle and what else? Trust, letting go, comfortable. Now you're focusing. You're focusing. And it seems to most people like, oh yeah, blah, 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 blah. But this is the work. Because you were born, you have seen, you have explored, you have experienced the contrast, you've given birth, you've put it in the vortex, it's in the vortex. Now it's time to prepare the environment that allows what's in the vortex to flow into your experience. And so start with that feeling of ease. Now, as the momentum begins coming and you stay in the flow, now your focus, now you will be inspired. This is what we really want to say to you. If you can find that place of chilling that allows the stuff to start moving from the vortex into your grid, as it moves, the specific focus will be part of the process. In other words, you will be inspired to the specifics that allow the momentum to continue. These are natural law. It's like when you jump out of an airplane, you don't have to worry about keeping your speed up. Or when you're on an incline, you really don't have, really that's usually when you stop pedaling usually, or you let up on the gas a bit. If you get a sense of what we're talking about.
Yes.
So if you trust, that's a good word, if you trust that what you put in the vortex is there, and it is, and now you are using your focus to focus yourself into enough ease that will allow the momentum to begin. The momentum will carry the rest. And something like focus or impetus or speed is not part of the process. You don't have to keep momentum going. That's what we want to say. You don't have to keep momentum going. You just have to stop doing that thing you've been doing that slows the momentum. There. That's the answer to all things. We're done. Go home. That's the answer to all of it, isn't it? Just stop doing that thing you're doing. So that's why you want to just go as general as you can be. And the focus will be part of the natural momentum. It'll get clearer and funner and fuller and faster and more specific. We do want to hear from you, but we just had to stick that in there.
Okay. I'm really excited about all the choices that I've been making in my life, and I'm looking forward to my future. I feel like I have something amazing to accomplish, to do, to experience.
Yeah, and the specifics of it will show itself to you. And if you can resist the temptation to become impatient in the not being able to spell it out, and hold yourself in that general expectant place of trusting that it's coming, then everything will unfold in such a beautiful way.
Is there a way I can just kind of slow it down for myself? Because I see these things before me.
That's what we were demonstrating here. In other words, first you have to know why you might want to slow it down. And you only want to slow your focus down if your focus is causing you to be so specific that you're beginning to feel a little bit of discomfort. In other words, it's keeping your ear to the ground on how you feel. And in the moment that you feel a little dis-ease, go general with your statements. That's when you want to back up. I'm on track. Everything's all right. Don't have to worry about this. The momentum will be natural. I don't have to create the momentum. It's not my job to fill my grid in. I've done the work. I came and I explored and I put stuff in my vortex and the cooperative components have been gathered. And now my singular work, it's what the art of allowing is. My singular work is to prepare my vibrational grid. And the way I prepare it is by chilling out. And you see what happens is the more you relax and the more you meditate and the more you look for positive aspects and the more you allow yourself alignment with who you are, the more you'll click into that core grid. And when you click into that core grid, the energy that moves up through it is so powerful that, like our friend said, you become a magnet for things that you weren't a magnet for before. You clicked in, you really didn't know how it was that you clicked in, and suddenly things start coming to you that were not coming to you before because you found a new vibrational stance, because you clicked in with that core grid. That's really what we're wanting to guide you all toward. To understanding that everything that you are is radiating up through you if you will allow it, but you have to stop doing things that don't match it. So here, this may be a good picture. So your grid from your source is general in nature. It's love, it's sureness, it's certainty, it's well-being. In other words, and it's strong, powerful. So here it is, and see it as sort of like a shaft of light coming up from your feet. That might be a good way to picture it. This energy stream, this core grid. And let's say that you're unhappy about something, so your grid isn't clicking in. In fact, it's bouncing off. Or you're uneasy about something, or you're remembering a past experience that wasn't pleasant, or you're worried about not being prepared for something. So you're not allowing it. But then you sleep. And when you sleep, you stop offering a vibration. And when you stop offering a vibration, your grid comes into alignment. And when you awaken, there you are back in your power till you remember what happened. And then you sleep again and you come back into alignment with your core vibration. And then you wake up and you remember, gotta go to work. Toys are all over the living room. And then you learn how to meditate. You quiet your mind. You stop thought. And as you stop thought, you stop resistance. And as you stop resistance, you come into alignment with who you are. And you don't really know what you're feeling, but you're feeling this detachment and this power, this really general. And in doing so, you've adjusted your vibration. Now, you're probably going to get back into your day and you're probably going to get out. But every time you chill, every time you relax, every time you meditate, every time you acknowledge what this feels like to be in alignment, it makes it easier for you to get there next time. Easier for you to get there next time. Until you begin to establish a pattern of vibration that is non-resistant. And as you establish this pattern of vibration that is non-resistant, now all of the things that you've been asking for in perfect timing flow just like water flows downhill right into your experience. And as they flow in, you begin to catch the momentum of those. Really, what we want to say to you, we think it is one of the most profound conversations that we've ever had. What we want to say to you is, the only thing you ever need or want to focus on is focusing yourself out of and into alignment. And use the simplest of tools. Pet your cat. Put your feet in the jacuzzi. Lie on the beach. Lie in the sun. Go get a massage. Listen to music that makes you feel good. Do anything that you can do to relax yourself out of resistance. And as you practice that place of non-resistance, your grid will fill in with all of the components of all of the things, that all of the goal setting, all of the reaching, all of the things that you have been previously believing were your work to do. Did you hear what we just said? Yeah. Your only point of focus is preparing your grid. We told you this story of creation in a lot of different ways. And we said to you that you were source energy before you came into this physical body, and that larger part of you still is. And here you are in this magnificent body, exploring the variety for the purpose of stimulating you and us, you and source, to a new idea of what could be an improvement beyond what is out here on this leading edge. And so you have relationships and associations and experiences that cause you to ask for things that you have not experienced, and in many cases that no one has experienced. In other words, you're taking thought beyond that which it has been before. And that thought is is preceding you in vibrational form, and the source within you is recognizing that as the new thought and is holding true to the vibrational nature of that new thought, knowing that it won't just be a thought unrealized, that it will be a vibration that is realized in full manifestational form in time. But right now, it is a vibration that exists, that source is reveling in. And then since you've already done the work, you came, you sifted, you sorted, you knew what you didn't want, you knew what you did want. Now, rather than turning to the specifics of what you're asking for, you stand in reverence to the perfection of who you are, in appreciation to the earth that you live on and the people who surround you. You look for reasons to love, and you find reasons to praise and appreciate. And you be as specific as you are able to be, but the bottom line is you want to feel good, and you want to feel good so much that you withdraw your attention immediately from anything that doesn't feel good. And as you find what does feel good, then that beam of light comes up from the core of that which you are, shines through you, and gives you a leverage of attraction beyond that which most anybody that you know around you is experiencing. Your point of attraction becomes so significant that only those good things that you have established and identified and put into your vortex then begin making their way into your experience with such precision, with such timing, with such humor, with such fun, with such abundance, that those who are watching you want to know what your secret, what your miracle is, what's happened to you. How is it that you stand as someone who is not apparently trying very hard, who is happy and looking for fun and experiencing so much good momentum? How would you explain it to them? You have to tell them what happened. You have to tell them, oh, I explored and I identified, and there was plenty that I wanted that I didn't have. But I found that when I focused upon the absence of what I wanted, I felt so bad I just had to stop doing it. So instead, I just chilled out. I just trusted. I trusted in my goodness. I trusted in my wholeness, and I looked for evidence of that. And the more evidence of well-being I found that I focused upon, the more well-being came to me, until I have this avalanche of well-being that is mine. I sleep only because it seems practical from time to time. But the goodness is flowing so much that, to tell you the truth, I would like to stand in complete awakeness at all times, to just observe the new path of well-being that is flowing into my experience. And they might say, well, how did you get there? You say, wasn't easy at first. First, I worried about things like everybody else. But what happened to me somewhere along the line is that I became convinced that goodness was what I was supposed to experience, and that somehow I'd carved it out. I had focused that into being. And then I discovered that in my letting go of struggle, that in my yielding to well-being, even when it wasn't evident, that as I let that be my focus, to feel for well-being, even when it wasn't evident, that it made its way to my experience and became so evident and so obvious that now everyone sees the well-being of my being.